is going on, everybody? Happy Sunday. Welcome to Cruise Talk Live with myself, Josh, and the beautiful, gorgeous
Momma Hocum, and happy Palm Sunday.
That's right. Happy Palm Sunday to you. We are hanging out with you guys tonight on this fabulous Sunday night. We're going to pop over and say some hellos in the chat in just a few moments. Say hello to our moderators for tonight. Say hello to some very special guests for tonight. Say hello to Anchor the Pig tonight. He is back, and he's sporting something really, really fun that he wants to show you in just a few moments' time. But let's come over first and say hello to the very first person in the chat for tonight.
What time did they log in today?
Honestly, about 5 seconds after I hit upload on the stream earlier today. Yeah.
They're waiting.
Yeah, the first person in the chat was Sky Cloud Kitty Cat, says hello. So a very big hello to you. Haven't seen your name before, so welcome to the chat tonight. Guys, if you have any questions, anything to say about the topic, I've already been reading some of your comments, and we've got some good comments tonight to talk about the topic. If you're not familiar, tonight we are going to be talking about the recent news that broke about Carnival Cruise Lines, specifically Carnival Corporation. And you know that they're about to be possibly fined or banned from sailing into any U.S. port. If you missed it, I've already done a breakdown video about this, so definitely head back, check that out. If you're watching on a replay, by the way, welcome to all you replay watchers. Let us know that you're watching down below. But if you're watching on a replay, we'll go ahead and throw a card in later on tonight so that you guys can go back if you haven't managed to see that video yet. Yeah. You can definitely check out that video.
It's not a long video. It's just a short video. You filmed it the other night, so talking about it when it really was first breaking and really making the headlines in the news.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And I know people, love to send you information because they want to make sure you're aware. Which we get information, and even Papa Hocum wasn't even aware last night until he actually did the show with us of how much information Josh and I are actually fed by you, our fans, and of course we're in a lot of cruise sites ourselves.
Absolutely.
So he was actually very amused at all of the information that we are given.
Yeah, he enjoyed hanging out with you guys. Really, by the way, did you guys enjoy hanging out with Papa Hocum? He definitely enjoyed hanging out with you guys. But beyond that, in the chat tonight, we've got Gabrielle S. Brad Jackson says tapping foot and waiting patiently. Love it. Always funny comments from you there, Brad. Welcome to you, sir.
If you could see us right before we go live, we're here chugging water, clearing our throat, we're tapping our feet too, but kind of in a different way.
In a different way, yeah. We're excited. I like doing this. Like, this is fun. We've recently started this, I would say, the beginning of last month, but I've wanted to do a live show consistently for a long time now. Just wasn't sure of the right night, what worked best for my schedule, but, I had to move around Walking Dead just a little bit, and that sort of opened up some time.
Well, there's a thing called DVR, so, you're missing Walking Dead, I'm missing NCISLA. So.
Yeah, but you know what? We will catch up on all of those later on.
We binge watch later.
That's right. I definitely need to come to say hello to somebody very special that I always seem to miss, and I'm kind of in the doghouse for it.
You are in the doghouse.
So hello to my girlfriend, Lauren. Welcome to you, sweetie. I haven't seen your comment yet. We haven't really started scrolling, but I did want to throw that in there right here at the very beginning.
She tells us, I'm in there, and you never mention me.
Yeah, we always manage. I, miss her comment, and then I go back and watch it, and I'm like, literally, how did I miss that?
Okay, so I think some Chick-fil-A and flowers are in order.
Definitely in order. Definitely.
There.
Yeah, he's flying back from Vegas, and I wanted to add some more moderators anyway, some trusted users, as I like to call them. So please welcome Robbie O'Malley and Cody down there in the chat. They are going to be moderating for us tonight, hanging out with you guys. So you'll see the little blue wrench right next to their name to let you know that they are moderating.
I thought we traveled a lot, but dang, Peter, he just goes everywhere.
Peter is all over the place. I'm telling you what.
And to go to Vegas, I'm telling you, come on.
That's
we ain't even been to Vegas yet.
That's right. We also need to say a very hello to Anchor the Pig tonight, and he is sporting the Cruise with Josh official sunglasses. He is sporting them to let you guys know that they are. Momma Hocum's gonna rock them. Can we get them close to the camera so they can see? Can I take them off of you for just a second?
Oh, why?
Let me get them close to the camera to see. So the Cruise with Josh Anchor logo sunglasses, they are back in stock. They were out of stock pretty much all week last week. You guys were dropping it like it's hot, and so they are finally back in stock. So head over and get those now. And speaking,
UPS loves us, I'm telling you, because we just keep getting shipments, sent here to the house, and which the shirts, people need to understand. The shirts don't come from here. I don't make the shirts.
Yeah.
Okay. Momma Hocum is not that crazy, but there's a company that does that for us. But we get the sunglasses, we get the lanyards, the pins,
the buttons. We do buttons and magnets and all that stuff. So
that gets all sent here. So UPS knows our address
very well, very well. But Anchor would also like to say a big hello tonight to a couple super chatters down here, guys. Don't forget, every super chat that you give, you're going to be entered into a giveaway that we're going to pick at the end of the month. And I'm happy to announce that this month's giveaway is also a sponsored giveaway. So a company is going to be giving you something really, really nice. I'll have details on it as we get closer to the end of the month, but you do not want to miss it. So first off, let me say a big fat hello to Kimmy Vlogs. She says, I stopped the ecstasy vlogs to come here, LOL. Well, thank you there, Kimmy. Thank you so much for that. And you have been entered into the giveaway at the end of the month.
And Ecstasy is almost ready to finish up her time in Charleston.
That's true. She's getting ready to move to Jacksonville, right? Yeah, Jacksonville. So that's going to be fun for those folks down there.
I really enjoyed Charleston.
Deanna Parker, a generous donation, so thank you there. Deanna Anchor says a big fat thank you as well to you. We've also got a bunch of commenters in here for tonight. So I want to say hello to Cowboy and Kids Adventures. It says, hey, you two. How are you doing tonight? Welcome to the chat. There's Paul right there. Hey, Paul. How you doing, buddy? Miss Emily B says, hey, from Troy, Alabama. Wow, never been to Troy, Alabama. Never even heard of Troy, Alabama, actually.
I haven't heard of Troy. I've been to Alabama, but haven't been to
never
Troy.
heard of Troy, Alabama. Funny enough, Jimmy Rhodes, cruise director for the Allure of the Seas, the one that I interviewed, he actually lives in Alabama. So
I've been to Jacksonville, Alabama.
Yeah, Robbie, right there he is in the chat tonight. He says, the shirts are snazzy. Well, thank you.
This is actually a very old shirt. You can look at the back and see this shirt came out right as the sunshine came out.
Yeah, no, it's got like all the ships. I'm sure you guys have seen those, right? Like the shirts with the ships on the back of them and everything.
The Sunshine's actually the last ship. Daddy Hocum and I actually rocked these when we went on the Dream. This was our embarkation shirts.
So she's got that one on them. I got this one on the Ecstasy, actually. Funny enough, I got this one on the Ecstasy, but it says Good Times Carnival. So how about that?
Yeah.
Great shirts. Thank you there, Robbie, for pointing that out. Shauna Williams. Shauna says, Josh, need to have a combo with my boys. I want my boys to introduce me like you do, Mama H. Hey, Mama H. Very funny. Welcome, Shauna. Thanks for stopping in tonight and chatting with us a little bit. We've got Lisa H in the house, Kyla B, Thomas Lee, Patty McFall. I think I'm saying that right. Says, hey, Josh and Momma Hocum. Funnel Channel says, give me a shout out. There you go, Funnel Channel. There is your shout out. Good evening. How are you doing, buddy? We've also got Danini Santos. Welcome, Danini. Like that name. Teresa Evans is in the house. We've got Dill Kim 15, Hunt Lewis, Chiganya 49. We've also got Andrew Kabadi. Who else are down here? Kathy. There's Kathy Ortega. Kathy Ortega, welcome. Glad to have you in the chat tonight. Chris D, Marty L, Carolyn D. My goodness, so many of you guys.
Or Kathy, thank you. She said I brightened her day.
Oh, that is so sweet. Thank you, Kathy, for your kind comment there. We've got so many people in the chat tonight, guys. If I don't get to your comment, but like I said, you wanted to make it big, that's another reason you could use Super Chat is make it nice and big. Make sure that we see it
so that we don't miss it
for tonight. The
prophetic word. They just roll. It just keeps scrolling the whole time.
The prophetic word says, wow, Josh is extra chipper tonight. To tell you the truth, I have been hanging out with little kids all day long.
How many was there?
At our Easter extravaganza at my workplace
They did an egg hunt in a pool.
Egg hunt in a pool. Tell me how cool is that? Tell me how cool is that? It was so much fun. We had like 1,500 eggs that we put in. Some of them sank, some of them floated at the top. We had different age groups and different prizes. You know, like 4 and unders, obviously we wouldn't give the same that we would give like a 9-year-old. Right. But it was just honestly the best of times. 62. The event was capped at 60. We had 62. So, but it's
oversold.
Yeah, it's all good. We were playing for it, and it was so much fun. But yeah. I think that, being around kids and their high spirits will get anybody in a great mood.
Well, that's what, I mean, a lot of people, they see you on camera, and they don't know that, your, I guess, real job, is, this is kind of what he does in his real job too, is he is the media manager, he is the pool party host, the
event planner, event party host,
so I mean, if you have an event at the pool, he's the person that gets everybody hyped up and happy
and plans in and makes sure everything's all set and everything.
So I mean, he just takes the cruise vlogs to the pool.
Yeah, basically. Basically. We've got Beth Alman says, hey, Josh and Momma Hocum and Anchor the Pig. Well, Anchor says hello to you over there, Beth. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks for joining us tonight. So glad to have you in the chat tonight. There's Jeanette Finnegan. Haven't seen you in a while, Jeanette. Welcome back. She says sunshine on the 27th. Also, very, very cool. Wow, we've got some super chats piling up. So let me go say hello to For the Love of DCL, For the Love of Disney Cruise Line. Very good. Thank you so much for your super chat there. You're entered into the giveaway at the end of the month. It's going to be a good one, guys. You want to jump in on this one. If you thought the snorkel mask was cool, this is like, I think, 3 times cool. Like, you and I have honestly wanted one of these for...
Yeah. When you told me you
I'm
was
a little
getting
bit
this and getting
jealous.
sponsored, I was like, wow.
Yeah, and it's actually, they're sponsoring 2 different products, so I'm not sure if we'll do one this month, one next month, or how we'll do that, but yeah, we've got them popping up all in here now. Guys, if I missed your comment, I'm sorry. We'll try and come back and say, I mean, we've got 250 people in the chat right now, so a lot of you guys in here to hang out with. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with us on your Sunday night.
This warms my heart.
There is average primetime TV that you can be watching right now, but it warms my heart that you chose to watch a crappy show like this. So. Welcome to your Richard Ricketts. Richard says, hello, Hocum family. Just my weekly donation to the future Hocum Disney Cruise Fund. How's Papa's hand? What's the whale tail on the bed? Great question, Richard. Papa Hocum's hand getting better. He's still out of work, but he's been itching to do something this week. So today he actually out and went and like replanted our. We have like a small garden, like just like a little tiny thing beside the house. We plant a few like green beans and tomatoes. I think he's planting some lettuce this year and that kind of thing. But he went out and tilled that over because he just was absolutely going insane. He
actually goes and gets the stitches out tomorrow. So, but
he's excited about that.
He's chomping at the bit to get that big bulky thing off his hand.
Yeah.
He kind of feels like Thanos.
Oh, yeah, not being able to... Yeah, he can, like, wiggle his fingers, and that's it. That's it. He can't do anything else.
So he's got, like, the glove of Thanos.
That would literally drive me insane, like, not being able to close your... Think about that. Try for the next, like, 5 minutes to not close your hand, but think about wanting to. And it's going to drive you absolutely insane.
And that's the thing, why he had to have the surgery is he actually got to the point where it was too painful. He could get his hand about there. And that's about how far he could close his hand before, number one, it would go numb, and then pain would just shoot up his arm. So, carpal tunnel is no joke. Yeah, but, at least now, he's moving his fingers. He's not having any pain. He had no pain literally in the recovery room. So
that's good. That's good. That means that doctor did a really good job. To answer your question, though, Richard, this is it's now a coin bank. It was a like a drink, like a cup that they sell on the Carnival cruises. You can get them like they have like the blowfish, and I think they have like the fish bowl. Yeah, they have a fish bowl, and I think they have a soccer ball or a disco ball. They have a disco ball, and then they have this one, and I'm not even sure if they still have these. I want to say they still do, but always wanted one. So Momma Hocum got it for me for Christmas, and it's like a little coin bank. They've like whoever had it before me like transferred it into like a coin bank there, so that's pretty cool. So we put it back here because it definitely fits with the topic of Carnival tonight. Oh, it fell over. We're just gonna put it over here. There we go. Here, we'll put it over here so when we switch to camera 2, you guys can see it. Yeah. Who else is in the chat tonight? We have Thomas Lee. Hi, Thomas. Welcome to you. LG, any news about the group cruise? Yes, I'd love to tell you guys about the group cruise.
We'll
so,
talk about that
the group cruise is coming up next month. What's today's date? We're almost just a month away. Today's the 14th. So, we leave on the 17th, May 17th. So, just over a month away until we leave for that. I'm so excited to see everybody and hang out.
You're so excited to go on the train.
I am not excited to go on the train. But we will do it nonetheless. Yeah, we're taking the train down to Orlando. We told you guys that if we ever cruised out of Orlando again, back when we took the train from the MSC Divina, that if we cruised out of Orlando, we would probably take the train down. And here we are. That's what we're doing. So we're taking the train down. We're flying back. But We'll be leaving
Lauren's
that
actually
Thursday.
excited to
Lauren's
take
very
you.
excited. Lauren's very
She's
excited.
taken the train before.
Speaking of Lauren, talked with Lauren, and I'd like to have her back on the show maybe next week. So, guys, leave us some suggestions. What would you like to see? You know,
no
me
more
and Lauren
makeup.
do?
No
Yeah,
more. Yeah,
preferably no more makeup. But what's something fun that you guys would like to see me and Lauren do? Maybe we can play a game if you want. We can
Maybe
talk
no more
about
yoga.
We can talk. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. We could do like yoga here on the table or something. We could
that
take
would
the
be
show
scary.
outside or something and do
Lord.
some more couples. That would be fun. Take the show outside and do
You
some
are not
couples yoga.
flexible.
If I can figure out how to do that, maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll be couples yoga round 2 outside next week.
Oh,
And that would be
heavens.
fun. How about that?
I'm going to have an EMS on standby.
We also need to say hello to Miss Emily B. Hi, Miss Emily. And Anchor the Pig says a big fat thank you. She says, Troy's just south of Montgomery. Your glory vlogs helped me pick my next cruise. Hoping everything works out for me to go in July. We're going to talk about it tonight. I think you should be good to go. But so excited that you enjoyed the glory. I really would like to get back on that ship, especially now that the waterworks is complete.
And she's in New Orleans.
And she's in New Orleans. I've always wanted to sail out of New Orleans. Another ship that got the same waterworks was the Carnival Freedom recently. When it went to dry dock, they added the same exact waterworks that's on the Glory to the Freedom. And the Freedom is out of Galveston, I believe, right now. So cool stuff there. We've also got Dennis Green Smith. Dennis Green Smith says, hi, Josh, Momma Hocum, watching from the UK. It's 2 a.m. there.
Oh, my gracious.
Do you guys not sleep over there? Wow.
They love
Thank
us that
you
much.
so much,
Wow.
Dennis, for joining in, tuning into the show tonight. Really do appreciate it, and I appreciate your generous super chat donation.
Yeah.
We've got Vicky A. I can't say your last name. I'll try. Angelastro. Maybe I did. I think I did good. Vicky Angelastro says, hi, Josh and Momma Hocum. Love from Los Angeles. Thank you so much, Vicky. Wow, we've got guys all over the world tonight.
Yeah,
Anybody
really.
from Australia? Is my Australia
we
people in the
sometimes have some
house?
Australia people.
I know. Sometimes we get them in here. And then we've also got Casey Ogle. Casey Ogle says, hello from Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Love Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. Thank you so much, Casey. You guys have all been entered into the giveaway at the end of the month for that awesome prize that you don't want to miss.
Fun fact, people don't know this, and of course, I mean, you know this, but we almost moved to Pigeon Forge years ago.
It's true. It's true.
We did. I actually did a job interview at the hospital there in Sevierville. But I didn't get the job. So, you know, and we vacationed there since I was 6. So, you know, it was always a dream. I was like, I could just love to live here. But, you know, I think I prefer vacationing there better.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. I think if you, it's much like Peter is finding with Orlando now that, you know, he lives there, it's kind of losing its, you know,
magic.
Wow. I mean, it's still, don't get me wrong, Orlando is probably a beautiful, gorgeous place to live. But, you know, it's kind of losing its magic a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I love to go there. You know, Papa Hocum and I were there in February after Erica had her swim meet. So we got to spend an evening there, you know, and just enjoy Pigeon Forge. And, you know, we love going there. Somebody mentioned, and I think you do need to consider doing that this summer, doing a weekend in Pigeon Forge.
I know, I might do it.
Because Dollywood has the new Wildwood Grove open. And you still yet have to ride the new roller coaster there.
Yeah.
Lightning rod.
We've got some interesting suggestions from me and Lauren next week. We've got Cruising Through Life with Cindy Huber. She was one of the first people in the chat, by the way, so welcome, Cindy, to you. Says Carnival Trivia, so that's not a bad idea. We've also got Mud Duck says, good evening from Don Ash Sr. in South Jersey. Welcome, Don, to you. Thanks for stopping in tonight and saying hello. Let's see. Christine Turman's in the house. She says, wish we were going on the cruise with you guys. Again, definitely the next one. Yes, Christine, you guys cannot miss the next one. This one's going to be so much fun, and we will miss you guys. We really will.
I will.
It's unfortunate.
But I get to see Christine in October.
It's true. You're going to be seeing her on the Sunrise, Carnival Sunrise.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good. Lindsay Gibson says you should tell us how you guys met. Maybe we can do that, but I want to do something, you know,
but
fun
the
and
Carnival
energetic.
Trivia, I don't know that Lauren would know because Lauren's never taken a cruise.
Yeah. So I don't know that she would be very good at that yet.
You know, she could maybe interview you.
This is not bad. She says, Allie Lehman says, plan a cruise together next week while on the live show. Now that's a thought, isn't it?
You still have to have somebody over 25.
I know. Isn't that the second part?
I have to go with you.
Who else is in the house? Robbie says, I just came across a funnel cup of my own from years ago. I like them. They're cute. Like it's.
We was gonna.
I was gonna drink out of it, but it's like has a crack in the bottom of it. I guess where they like made it into a coin bank or whatever. But yeah, like the top. Look,
I mean,
the
we
top
can probably
comes
seal
off.
the bottom of it, but it was just,
Sure we
you
can.
gave that to me at 8:30 and wanted me to fill it up, and I was like, it's like running water. I was like, I can't fix it that fast.
Okay, we'll do a couple more and then we'll get into our cruise news for tonight. Got some news for you. Bill Elmore says you and Lauren should do tips for her first cruise and what she should expect.
That's a good
Now that is a good idea, Bill. I think we may have to do that. I think we may have to do that, like tips for a first-time cruiser.
Yeah.
Because I'll be sitting next to a first-time cruiser. Great idea, Bill. I will talk it over with Lauren.
Maybe ask her, like what her thoughts are, what are her expectations? Because I'm sure, she's seen commercials and seen different things, and of course, watching our vlogs.
Yeah.
So what is she thinking that she's going to experience?
That's a great idea. By the way, Lauren, if you're in here, love, I've missed your comment, but drop it again so I can say hello to you and not miss you for the third week in a row. Love you. All right, well, let's jump into our cruise news segment for tonight. If we missed you, don't worry, we'll come back and say some more hellos. But cruise news for tonight, so I've got it here that the Carnival Magic was delayed today for embarkation, severely delayed. If you haven't heard it yet, unfortunately, the previous cruise was a chartered cruise, the Tom Joyner cruise, and because of that, they had to get, if you don't know what that is, they basically bring on like live bands, and they have shows up on the Lido, like a full stage. Well, they had to get all that stuff off, which caused delays.
Plus, the gangway separated.
Yeah, the gangway actually separated from the ship. Don't know why that happened. Don't know if somebody touched the wrong button or whatever. But the gangway separated from the ship, unfortunately. So embarkation was severely delayed today for the Carnival Magic. Guests were unhappy. And Carnival ended up actually having to bus people, I'm guessing to Bayside. It didn't specify. But they had to bus them to nearby restaurants and provided them lunch on Carnival. So Carnival paid the tab today for lunch.
So, I mean, like people were, and it wasn't just people getting on, there was people getting off the ship. They missed their flights. I mean, they were talking about it. It was all over Facebook this afternoon, people talking about it. There was a lady, and I can't remember her name, I was telling you about it, that she had an autistic child that, she had paid extra for Faster to the Fun because she knew he had special needs and couldn't be overstimulated. Well, of course, waiting in the terminal for hours, just overstimulated him, and she actually posted a photo of him curled up in the fetal position, which breaks my heart.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. It's very
because she did pay that extra to try to avoid that situation for him to make that cruise, nice. So I know that, they don't do that. But, when we were getting off the breeze the last time, if you remember, the Tom Joyner cruise was coming on. Yeah,
it was coming on when we were getting off the breeze.
Yeah,
so I think they try and do like a
getting off that day, remember?
Yeah, I think they try and do like a dream class cruise every single year for their charter, which, I mean, that's a great class of ship. Yeah. It really is a great class of ship. We got Brad Jackson down here with a super chat, says, I don't think Wildwood is open yet. Now that I live close to Pigeon Forge, it is not a vacation anymore. It's a day trip. See, and I think that's what it would be.
It opens in May. I think the big part of it opens in May.
In May, yeah, they might be doing like some soft openings right now. But thank you so much, Brad, for your super chat there. You're in the giveaway at the end of the month.
Because I do follow Dollywood. I mean, I've seen they've got a new Dragonfly coaster that they're putting in, and they've been showing some of the some of the CGI and some of the stuff on that with it.
Yeah. So in other news, the Oasis of the Seas has successfully made it to Cadiz, Spain. Last week we updated you guys heavily on the Oasis and about the crane falling on the Aqua Theater. Well, they've made it to Cadiz. It took 6 days, but they have made it, and they're starting, the repair work. They think that everything should be done. However, they've went ahead and what Royal Caribbean has called it as a Plan B. And so they've sent out letters to all guests on that first cruise that they're supposed to be out of this dry dock and kind of let them know that, hey, we're hoping the Aqua Theater is going to be open. Should it not, we've already got a Plan B in place for your entertainment to make sure that you have something. They haven't specified yet as to what that entertainment is, to my knowledge.
They use that for the Aqua Show. They use it for movie nights. They use it for
the belly flop contest was moved back down there.
Oh, was it moved?
It was moved back down there.
Our ship, remember, they moved it out of there, and I was like, why?
Yeah, they said it wouldn't work, and it didn't. And
we knew that. I was like, why did they do that?
So they've moved it back, but on the ship that would be preferable. And they're starting to get that up. So I just wanted to give you guys a quick update on the Oasis there, let you know. As I mentioned earlier, you guys have recently heard on the news. It's been on CNN, it's been on Fox, it's been on NBC,
everywhere.
Literally everywhere. All over social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It's everywhere. Carnival Cruise Lines is potentially going to be banned from entering any U.S. port due to repeated violations of their environmental standards that are set in place for all cruise ships, all ships really, all shipping.
Not just Carnival.
Yeah, this is freight, oil, cargo, all of it. These are kind of steps that are put in place to make sure that we're not, destroying the environment intentionally. Right. And unfortunately, Carnival Corporation, which is all of Carnival Cruise Lines, that's Carnival, Holland America, Seabourn, Princess, Cunard, there's more that I'm missing, AIDA, which is a German cruise line. Mm-hmm. All of those cruise lines have been found guilty of it, but not just Carnival Corporation. I've got a document here that I'd like to pull up, and this is just the pollution, environmental violations and fines from 1992 to 2018. And I'm sure that there are not every single one listed in here, but just at the very top of the list is the Norodam, the Star Princess for unauthorized discharge of untreated gray water. Now, I have been asked several times the last couple days, what is gray water? Gray water is basically used sink water, used shower water, used pool water, basically any water that is from the ship that has not come in contact with, or direct contact with any fecal matter, bodily fluids, or food. So nothing from like the dishwasher spraying down the food, that's not it.
The commode.
Yeah, nothing from the toilet. Like I said, basically just shower water, sink water. So the rules are basically that gray water can be released when a ship is so many miles out at sea, away from any land. And it's quite easy, and maybe that's something that cruise lines need to look into changing, is how easy it is to kind of release that liquid and that fluid. But it's from what I've heard, it's basically just a beep boop, push a button, and there it goes. Yeah, it's gone.
I mean, you're on a cruise ship, and I mean, those are not things that, everybody thinks about every day, and I don't even know if you remember this or not, but back when I did my master's degree, one of my classes I had to take was about environmental impacts, and, because my degree is actually in nursing leadership and management. So I had to do a thing. So I decided, I remember watching the movie WALL-E from Disney, and, it talked about the environment and how to save it, how to improve it, and the basis of WALL-E, was it was a space cruise ship. Right. And how they made things, that it was wrong, but they tried to correct them so that the Earth didn't actually degenerate. But, I actually investigated Carnival myself, to see, what measures did they take in place to make the environment better, and it talked about all the recycling that they do, and how that, they do, burn like some of the food products, and use that, so, and they do that at night. So, you're not smelling all that stuff coming out of the funnel in the daytime. Right. But, they do those things to try to be more environmentally sound. Right, right. And they've been doing that for years. So,
right, and I think a lot of cruise ships are doing that. At least today's modern cruise ships are doing that, with the incinerators, and they're trying to cut down on waste. And as it gets a lot of criticism, but so much so that like Norwegian Cruise Line has completely eliminated straws on board their cruise ships, and it gets a lot. I think it's Norwegian, right? Is it Norwegian or Royal?
I can't remember, but I have been seeing a lot of ads lately.
We've got a Norwegian pro in here, Robbie, so he can let us know.
There's actually been a lot of ads on my Facebook, of course, for stainless steel straws.
Yeah, to carry. But they've completely eliminated plastic straws. Carnival recently came out and said that they're supposedly eliminating the pins in the room to cut down on plastic, which I find that a little bit stretched. Like, is that really why you're doing it, to cut down on the plastic waste?
Or is it?
Yeah, is it other things? But nonetheless, so, cruise lines, I think, are making small steps. But ultimately, when you replace a straw, or you take a straw out of my drink, but then you dump, plastic that wasn't properly sorted right onto the ocean, what did we really solve? Right. And just to prove that this is all cruise lines, I have here, in fact, the Norwegian Jewel in September of 2017, and then June of 2018. The ship was cited for air quality violations in Alaska. So there is a lot of rules and regulations that cruise ships actually are required to hold under. There's air quality. There is emissions. Just like on your car, when you drive your car, it has to pass an emissions test. Guess what? A cruise ship. So does a cruise ship. A cruise ship has to pass an emissions test.
People don't think about this, but there's thousands of people on cruise ships every week, and those, we say they're floating cities. They are. And
they quite literally are.
Just like a city has to have infrastructure and, ways to run effectively, so does a ship.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have to have standards.
Now, this is one. First of all, let me jump up here and say hello to Teresa Pritchard. The wonderful Pritchard says, Phoebe and Adeline say, hi, Josh and Momma Hocum.
Hi.
Hey, girls. Can't wait to see you in just over a month. We're going to be hanging out at the Caribe Royale. It's going to be so much fun at that wonderful pool. Robbie says, NCL is now using paper straws. So, in fact, NCL is replacing the plastic, which paper straws, I think, are okay, depending on the quality. I'm sure NCL being the, they always like to go, I think, the little bit further edge, so they I'm sure that the quality is quite nice. But paper straws can either be a great thing or they can be a bad thing where it like melts in 3 seconds.
Depends on how long it's in your drink.
Yeah. But again, there we go. But at the same time, where you cut down on the plastic, now we're using the trees to make the paper straws. So it's you have to give and take some. Cody P is also in the house. Says Deborah Lesso, Miss K, there she is. She says hi, Phoebe and Adeline. There's Miss K. Hi, Miss K.
And
can't wait
to
see
see
you as
the
well.
Cutest dresses this week.
She sure did. She sure did.
Yes.
But we also have the adventures of David and Aaron. Thank you so much for your super chat. No comment there. If you'd like to leave a comment, let me know and I'll be sure to answer it for you. But thank you so much. You are entered into the giveaway at the end of the month. Christine D says Celebrity 2. Not sure RCI as a whole. So I'm guessing she's saying Celebrity is stopping the straws.
The straws.
Yes, I saw this, Stephen. This is a great point as well. NCL also stopped towel animals to eliminate water use.
I know.
I did see that. Yeah, and I am a little bit upset about that one because we would often use the towel from the towel animal, you know.
We kill our animals.
Yeah, we kill our animal at the end of the night. Sorry, Anchor.
But now I'll be honest though, you didn't kill the animals on the Glory. You had a zoo by the end of that cruise.
Yes, we did. We had a zoo by the end of that cruise. We surely did.
But I do get that as well. I mean, in a lot of hotels, a lot of cruise ships, are trying to be more environmental. John has posted that many times. John Held. Hi, John, if you're watching.
Yeah.
But I mean, he's posted that many times, and asking people, there was a lady that actually posted on there that she doesn't even turn her towel in once during a 7-day cruise, uses it all 7 days. And I'm like, I with all the sand and dirt, no, I couldn't do 7 days. I do recycle here at the house a little bit, but I don't do 7 days.
Right. So, I know you had mentioned earlier about, John Held. If you're not familiar, John Held is Carnival's brand ambassador.
Which
and
we've
their
had the
senior
opportunity
cruise
to meet
director.
twice.
Yes, John's a great friend.
He's wonderful.
Love him. But he actually put out, I haven't got a chance to catch it, but maybe you wanted to speak just a minute on, what was Carnival's response to this?
Right. And I mean, and ironically, he posted this the morning after you did your video, which I see he kind of tends to do that a little bit. So I know I know Carnival does listen to Josh. They do watch him. They know that he is very well liked by a lot of Carnival cruisers. And a lot of people, listen to his words. So John came out the very next day, and was talking about this impact and what it's done across news media and stuff like that. And from what he's saying, Carnival is going to be meeting with the court system, I think in June.
Yes, it's June.
Yeah,
it's the beginning of June.
So they'll be working on that. But he said from his words that he does not believe any cruise will be impacted from this. And that was on. I mean, you could go to his page and quote him on that.
And I'd like to follow up that, and I think that honestly they probably won't. I saw a comment. Let me see if I can scroll up and find it. We've got some.
I mean, there's so many ships and so many ports in the United States. I can't imagine sending them all away.
Yeah, the super chat is already. There's a crazy amount of you guys in here, so it's already went away. But I don't remember who commented earlier. I find that as a interesting port. Now, do I hope that Carnival gets banned and thousands upon thousands of people's cruises get canceled? No, I don't, because in the end, who is that? I mean, it's hurting Carnival, but it's also hurting you and I, the consumer, a lot as well, because people have their vacations booked and their travel trips planned, and often excursions in ports, and I mean, just, you know, countless things already planned around this cruise. So for those cruises to get canceled, that would be something I can't imagine.
Well, and I could say, I could liken this to, you know, I'm a nurse. I work for a hospital, a very large hospital system here in Greenville. So, you know, we have to adhere to, you know, federal regulations as well, called the Joint Commission. And as anybody in healthcare knows, JCO. You know, and you say the word JCO and it like strikes fear in all of our hearts, because, you know, you can't have a glass of water at the nurse's station. You can't, you know, there's a lot of things, you know, and if they find you are deficient in many things, they could effectively come in and shut down the hospital.
Right,
you know?
right.
So, I mean, it's kind of on the same level as that. You know, they'll come in and they'll
give
you
a bigger
that stern,
scale, I think.
Right, they give you that stern warning. I mean, you think about this. We have a 1,000-bed hospital here in Greenville. If you shut that down, and we're the only trauma center east of I-95, so you shut that hospital down, what does that do for the healthcare of eastern North Carolina all the way up and down the coast? You know, it really impacts a lot of people. You know, this is a grander scale, of course, but it's kind of the same connotation.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's something that, you know, you definitely have to take serious. They will have to put some measures in place, and then once it is determined that they are compliant, that Carnival's compliant with the regulations, they're going to be under more scrutiny than before.
I think
they're going to have more, you know, if they do it like JCO does, which I'm sure they probably will, you know, they're going to have more frequent inspections. They're going to be unannounced inspections, you know, so that way they can.
Well, and they're already having those, and that's what's led to this. But I agree with your point in that I think they'll be more frequent. Not only that, I think they're going to be paid a heavy fine. And I think that something else will happen, because they've already done both of those things. They're not just going to issue that same thing again. Honestly, to tell you what that third thing will be that the judge will probably issue, I don't know. Like I said, I don't think that she is going to...
I'm sure HR is probably going to have to be involved on that one.
I don't think that they will ban Carnival Cruises or Princess Cruises or you know,
Carnival
Corporation. I don't think that they will do that, because, like I said, that's extremely severe, and we're talking about billions of dollars a week impacted on revenue coming into the U.S., quite frankly. So I don't think that judge will do that, or if she does, I don't think it'll stick. But I do think that they are going to do something that's very, very heavy,
very severe,
and severe, because this is not something to play around with. I wholeheartedly agree with, you know, the comments that have said that, you know, they should be punished for this act. And this is not just Carnival Corporation. Any cruise line that does this, like I said, there's literally, if you guys go to, I just did a quick Google search of like cruise ship violations, fines, and it pulls up this spreadsheet. There's literally there's RCL and Celebrity Cruises up there. There is Clipper Adventure, which is a masted sailing vessel. So I mean, there's all kinds of cruise lines out there. All cruise lines are guilty of this.
Of different infractions.
The reason that this is so big at this time is because Carnival is already on a probationary period for it, and they were found repeated infractions during this probationary period. So that is why it is coming to light now. That, and I think social media had a dollop of help with that. We need to say hello to 2Speed. Says, hey, what ship do you recommend to take my parents on? Well, first of all, thank you so much for your super chat. There's 2Speed. Parents, I don't know. Maybe I should let my parent answer that question.
Well, I mean, it depends on, you know, I would say depends on what they want to do. You know, how active are they? You know, how adventurous are they? You know, I mean,
is your parent, you know, 55 going on 20, or are they 55 going on 80? Then I would say 55 on 80, Celebrity Cruise Line. If it's 55 on 20, you know.
And I mean, and I actually did talk to someone yesterday, you know, and she was telling me, you know, she's more loyal to Royal because she knows, you know, Carnival's known as the party ships. You know, and if they are, and I mean, if it was me taking, you know, when my parents were still alive, if my dad had wanted to go on a cruise, he wouldn't go on Carnival. He would go on Celebrity or Holland, because it is lower key, you know, it's not as, you know, disco music.
It's not loud music, you know, the fun, drinking, all that stuff.
Right, you know, which I mean, you know, and it's weird because, you know, you and I enjoy Carnival and neither of us drink. Yeah. You know, but we just enjoy the party atmosphere.
The atmosphere, yeah. The fun atmosphere.
I like watching other people act stupid, to be honest.
Yeah, sure.
But, you know, I mean, it depends on what what your parents are wanting to get out of that. for example, Papa Hocum and I are taking the Sunrise this fall, which is not going to be an adrenaline, packed adventure, but we're doing it because we want to see the fall colors in New England. So, and it's going to be laid back. We're going to be mainly doing sightseeing, picture tours, things like that, looking at covered bridges and stuff, which is totally not up his alley at all. So,
there's not a cliff to jump off of or a reef to snorkel.
I mean, there's the Bay of Fundy.
One day.
Yeah, you should do it, just to see it. But I mean, it is something that is going to be a different itinerary for us.
Very different.
Now, for me, the adrenaline's going to be in New York. Just seeing New York.
Sure.
But it depends on what your parents want, what they want to get out of the cruise. What their activity level and what they can tolerate.
Right. Very good question there. Very good answer to Momma Hocum, guys. How about that? A round of applause for her on that answer. Kia Holmes says, Kayla loves her sunglasses. Wish you could see the van. Feel free, drop it over on my Facebook on Visitors Post. I'd love to see it. Drop it over there, and you guys can always ask me questions. I try to pop over there and answer those. Like
you sometimes forget.
Yeah, every 1 or 2 days, I try to look at that and go through and answer a bunch of them. So definitely drop over there and send me that video. I'd love to see it. But thank you so much for your super chat. Anchor says a very, very big thank you. Robbie says towel animals still available upon request.
Oh,
that's awesome.
Nice.
That's great. I love to hear that. And I also saw that he said something about the straws automatically come in frozen drinks. Okay. And then anything else is upon request as well. Gotcha. So that is that's awesome too.
Which I mean, and I know you really have. Well, you kind of do straws, but Papa Hocum and I, even here in the States, have kind of turned away from straws even at restaurants. Now, we're not really drinking. I used to be a straw person all the time.
Well, if you think about how much you really use it, I mean, I get the sanitation thing of not wanting to touch the lid of the drink, especially a restaurant where often they just steam them to clean them. I mean, that's a hard reality if you don't know it. But yeah, often they just steam them and then like put some chemicals in there. There's not actually somebody back there now, like, unless it's like a smaller,
a mom and pop restaurant.
Yeah, or it goes through this dishwashing machine that does it. But so I understand that. But I mean, think about how much you use that straw. It's often less than 1 hour, and then it gets tossed.
And that steam machine, I mean, again, that has to adhere to a certain standard for a restaurant to pass. So, I mean, obviously, they are getting cleaned enough to be sanitary.
Absolutely. Colin is in the house. Hey, Colin. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to you. Glad to see you're in the chat tonight.
He actually sent me a message yesterday asking about Dad.
Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, buddy. Mark Berry says, I'm surprised Carnival isn't fixing this now rather than in June. So I don't think that, that's a great point, Mark, but I don't think there's a whole lot that they're able to do now.
Yeah, I think it has to depend on the court.
Yeah, the court has kind of given them a date, and they have to show up. Yeah, it's just like any, if you or I got summoned to court, that is your court date, and that's when they have to show up. So
unfortunately, United States court system is probably a little different from other countries, and sometimes can be a little backlogged.
So, and that's another thing that that I saw a bunch of on the comments on the video is, with this thing going on with Carnival, why are they not just taking care of it now? And why is the federal court even giving them a court date? And quite frankly, if we think about it, it's probably because this judge is quite confident in the accusations that she's tossing. I mean, let's think about this. This is a federal judge. This is not some, town judge, city.
RBG, Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Yeah, I mean, this is a real deal federal.
She's a Supreme Court, but yeah.
This is a real deal federal judge. She's not just going to toss something at something as big as Carnival Corporation if she doesn't have something to back it up.
Right.
So,
I mean, this is just like you and I get a speeding ticket. We are given a court date. You have to go.
Right.
And like I said, it's not like tomorrow.
Right, and you don't really get much say as to when to move it. So I think that's why it is in June, is that they didn't really have a whole lot of an option with it.
That's just when they said
it. Tish says, hello, Josh and Momma Hocum. Thank you for sharing your adventures with us. I will be going on my first cruise in October on the Sunrise. That's when you're going on the Sunrise.
I wonder where
Thank you so much for your super chat. Anchor the Pig says thank you.
Yes.
We're
going October 6th, so if you're on the ship with us,
absolutely,
please feel free to come and say hi. There was somebody yesterday that is coming with you, is going to be on the same ship as you and
That's
Peter.
correct, on the Independence.
And I know.
Think about that. Colin says, "Nice shirt, Josh. Is it from your work? No, it is not. Oh, I get it because it's got the water slide on it. No, it's not. This is from the Carnival Ecstasy. Got on the Carnival Ecstasy back in July. So, guys, let me know, what are your thoughts? I'd love to read some of your your thoughts and your conversations here in the chat. And if you're on a rewatch, let me know down below. But I'd love to hear what you guys think is going to happen. What do you think should happen? Do you want to see Carnival Corporation get banned from U.S. ports?
No.
I don't, but I do think that we need to do something to, get a hold of this.
Well, yeah. And I mean, like I said, I mean, they need to, definitely because of the impact, because, and that's something, I know, Erica has mentioned this, people just are not being considerate of, generations to come. What are they going to have?
Right.
The economy is something I know she stresses about a lot. She's like, I couldn't even afford to have a kid right now. She's like, it's so expensive. So, but at that point, with the environmental impact, what kind of environment are you bringing a child into? What kind of future are you setting up for them if you're just trashing the environment?
Trashing the environment, absolutely, couldn't agree more. So, would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below here. I want to say a hello to Augie. Is that Augie? Augie?
Okay.
Dji Morales, Locos Por DT says, Josh, yesterday I received the snorkel mask. Thanks for the discount code. Glad that you got it. Glad you enjoyed it. If you guys don't know, we did a partnership with Unigear, and they sponsored a full face snorkel mask. It was actually the giveaway item of the month for the month of March. And but if you you didn't win the giveaway, obviously Joe Farrell actually won it, and he's on the Carnival Pride right now, so he'll get it when he gets back. I'm going to ship it out tomorrow to him. But you can get yours over on the Amazon site or their website, and if you use the code 10OFF-JOSH, you'll get 10% off of it just for using my code. So why not, right?
I tried it here at the house. I haven't tried it in the water like you did, but I mean in the house, I mean it does have a very good seal on it.
It is great. It is great. Like I'm telling you, it is I'm not just saying that. Like I genuinely will use it on it. I'm not sure if I'll take it with me on the Independence because we're only in Cozumel for that one day. I may take it. I don't know.
Well, you're going to be at Passion Island.
That's
so you should.
That's true. I should. Yeah, that's a whole other update that I have to do for them.
Yeah, you need to do that.
But we didn't get Mr. Sancho's.
It was sold out.
Yeah, but more on that in a breakdown video coming. Probably not tomorrow, but it'll be Tuesday. I think I'm going to take tomorrow off, and we'll have videos for you guys. I know it'll be the first Monday off in like.
But you're not off from your other job.
Yeah. I work a lot at my other job is why I'm probably going to take tomorrow off. Mike Nolan says, just wanted to say you are our favorite streamer on YouTube. Keep up the great videos. Hello, Momma Hocum. We are sailing on the Carnival Victory May 31st. Well, first of all, Mike, thank you so much for your super chat. Mike has been going back all week. I've been finding his comments. He's been going back and watching even back to the hospital visit video. We had a brief conversation about that video.
Yeah.
So big thank you, Mike. Thanks for your support. Thanks for always chatting with us here on the comment section and in the live chats now. So big welcome to you.
Yeah. A lot of people don't, if you go back in Josh's videos, he does have a lot of other videos, when he first started his channel, he actually got sick and was hospitalized and in the hospital for a week. And, he doesn't always share that with a lot of people, but, we nearly lost Josh that week.
Yeah.
So, you'll see a couple of videos up there like a chicken nugget challenge and a pie face challenge because Josh was actually, he had a lot of seizures and so he couldn't drive for 6 weeks.
That sucked.
And so he was bored at home and freshly off his medication that he'd been on for years for ADHD. So he didn't know how to fill the time. So he was just doing all kinds of crazy stuff just to fill video time. Yeah. So
just to fill my time in general. I mean, YouTube was literally the only thing at the time that I, could do.
Right. So I mentioned the chicken nugget challenge to Erica to this day, and she almost gets sick.
I have to say, I want to say, Shauna Williams said, I agree with you 100%, Josh. But then, without a doubt, 100%. It's confirmed. The comment of the night goes to Colin Stewart. Says O'Neill should have to dunk on John Held, then all is good. In reference to what we should do. for the band. Love it. Yes, 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 yes. Colin, you have got the comment of the night there, buddy. That was beautiful. Natasha S. says, I hope they get banned to prove a point aside from the impact of people. What's the point of having tourism to watch plastic-filled waters? And
I agree.
Very good point there, Natasha. I do agree. The reason more so that I wish that they wouldn't get banned is for the impact to all the people. I mean, like I said, yeah, this is going to suck for those that sit in the office there at Carnival, but ultimately it's going to be at the expense of their passengers. Now, they will lose revenue, but you know, we are the ones that are ultimately booking the vacations that leave out of the U.S. ports. So it would be the cruiser that would be impacted the most.
I've watched actually a couple of videos, and I can't remember exactly where, but it's over, I want to say, in the Indian Ocean. And, you know, over there in the third world countries, you know, those people, they don't know how to do environmental impact anyways. So if you literally go over there to the Indian Ocean, I mean, it's literally a sea of plastic. You know,
yeah, it's
because
unfortunate, but it is
very, very sad.
And the ship graveyards where ships go to die over in Alang, India, I believe it is. But they would literally take these giant cargo ships and kind of drive them full speed towards land and beach them up on a ship, and then they literally take them apart metal piece by metal piece right there at the beach in the water. So this once was beautiful beach is now covered. They've got a documentary on it actually on YouTube, I believe. If you just Google like ship graveyard or something in India, you should find it. But fascinating thing, I watched it and it was just, but at the end of it, it kind of left me like a little sick because like all of the oils and the pollutants that, I mean, of the metals, the different metals that they're cutting up right there in the water on the beach. Yeah. So it was just really, really, it's sad the way that they do that over there. And so I hope that our oceans one day don't become like that. Yeah. Dylan says, definitely don't want to see them banned from U.S. ports. I have a cruise booked in October on the Carnival Valor. I can see why you wouldn't want them booked there, Dylan. The gaming text says, here is the problem. If they get fined, they will just raise the prices to pay for them and then continue to do it. Not fair. And I do hear that point as well, the gaming text. That is a very fair point to make. I hope it's not true. I hope it's not. But, you know, they have to, business-wise, put that cost somewhere else. Now,
they have to budget it somewhere.
Moral thing to do would be for it to come out of the
salaries.
corporations' salaries, or those making those decisions to dump the plastics and not sort to come out of their salaries. I think that would be the moral thing to do. Unfortunately, I don't think that will happen though.
No, and I'll throw this out there. You know, Papa Hocum years ago when he was a teenager worked at a McDonald's, and he had a manager that had basically that policy for McDonald's. Was because, you know, I mean, McDonald's, you know, many times you can go to McDonald's and you don't get your food right. You know, so she actually had the policy of if you are the person, you know, taking the order and you put it in wrong, the customer gets it free and it comes out of your paycheck. If you're in the grill and you make it wrong, customer gets it free, it comes out of your paycheck.
And I'm going to tell you what, I bet you that the amount of orders that went out wrong.
Oh, yeah, really decreased.
Decreased
dramatically because who wants it out of their paycheck?
Absolutely. You're gonna think more about that kind of stuff when it's your paycheck on the line.
Right. A lot of people nowadays, I think, you know, in of course fast food, but not just that, but like for this, they're not paying attention to details, you know, and they're just pushing a button, like you said, and oops. Oh, I'm sorry, I dumped it at the wrong time.
Darn, yeah.
You know, I mean, in my job, if I did that and as a nurse, and if I, you know, pulled up the wrong medication, gave it to a patient, I could kill them.
One of the top places that this is happening is Glacier Bay, Alaska.
Wow.
And Glacier Bay, Alaska, if you're not familiar, is a national park, but it's basically, like, it does not look the same this year that it did last year. Like, it is forever changing, and if we're dumping this nasty gray water, we're polluting the air around it, one day Glacier Bay, Alaska is not going to exist.
Right, it's going to
So
erode.
we've got to, I mean, that's someplace that I think both of us really want to get to. Some fellow channels, some friends, Griff and Alyssa, I know they've got a cruise booked to Alaska coming up, I want to say June. Griff, if you're in here, let me know. But I want to say they're going in June, and looks to be a fabulous time. I've just been, you know, looking up a little bit of the itinerary and that kind of stuff, and it looks like to be a great time.
I had a
want to get there someday.
Yeah, I had a friend that did it 2 years ago on the Legend, and she absolutely loved it.
I want it to still be there when we finally get to go, you know? So we've got to get this under control. Got to get a handle of this. We also got to say hello to Melissa B. Says, hey, Josh, Momma Hocum, love all the videos. Really feels like we're on the adventures with you. Going on the breeze too, but in November, God bless you guys. Well, first, thank you for your super chat, Melissa. Thank you so much for your wonderful comment. And I see your name frequent here in the chat. So thank you for always coming back and hanging out with us. I do hope you have a fabulous time on the Carnival Breeze. She's a great ship. She's my favorite ship. So, and I know I can't wait to get back on her.
I can't either.
Just next month. Tracy Deese says, no ban, but they need to be punished for what they are doing to the environment. Completely agree with you, Tracy. I completely agree. I don't think there needs to be a ban, but we've got to do something to get the message across. Control. Yeah. Also got to say hello to Disney World on the Go. Says, are you going on a cruise the week of June 1st through the 7th? No. I will
just be getting back.
Yeah, we'll just be getting back from the Carnival Breeze, my group cruise coming up next month.
We'll be getting back on the 27th, yeah.
So this month, next week? Next week? Yes.
The 24th.
Yeah, the 24th of this month, I'm leaving and going on the Independence of the Seas. If you've missed that, we did that 2 live shows ago. We announced that. So you can go back and watch that, and I'll have a breakdown video this week for you guys for that as to what we're doing and what I'm looking forward to and a whole bunch of videos regarding that. So definitely look out for those. Make sure you got your notification bell on so you don't miss it. But then next month, we're going on the Carnival Breeze. We've got a group cruise, 30 wonderful friends coming with us, and it's going to be an awesome time. So excited. Got some fun new games planned for them, fun new activities. We've got some
gifts.
Great excursions, gifts. It's going to be
We've actually got prizes for some of the games. Josh and I were looking over them, and we're like, wow, how did we score this?
It is going to be an awesome time. But we'll not be cruising, unfortunately, the week of June 1st to the 7th. If you are, I hope you have a fantastic time. All right, guys, we've got 4 minutes to go, so get those last-minute chats in for tonight. If you want to get those super chats in before the live show is over, like I said, for every super chat that you put in, that's 1 entry into the giveaway at the end of the month. The end of the month's giveaway is going to be sponsored, and it is a fantastic prize. Like you and I mentioned, we both have won one of these for a long time, so you don't want to miss it. We just want to come down here. Christine D says, yep, I agree. Carnival will raise prices because of fines and because of capitalism. Every cruise line will raise prices. I do agree in that sense, and that I think it won't just be Carnival, it will be all cruise lines. Because it's kind of like when one gas station goes up, then the one across the street goes up, then, you know.
And one person gets penalized, they all get penalized.
Right.
You know, so, you know, the regulations that are going to have to be put in place are probably going to be more stringent across the entire, you know. Thing.
Sure, unfortunately. But you know what? I think some structure is needed. Like I said, it's 2019. Come on, people. We've got to figure out a way to get a handle on this to make our crew. And I think that we don't
want to be Wally.
Right. I think the Carnival Mardi Gras, the one that's coming out next year, they're taking a great step forward with that. I mean, they are doing a lot of green stuff with that ship. For example, it's going to be powered by liquid nitrogen gas. So that alone is a huge step in helping on emissions, air emissions, and pollutants. Isn't Royal
doing that as well?
I believe
MSC
is. AIDA has already got one. Their newest ship that just came out this year, I believe, it was either the beginning of this year or the end of last year. But it's
LNG.
It's LNG powered. So that's a great step. I know that a lot of other things, a lot of materials that they're using on the Mardi Gras is going to be, you know, environmentally friendly. So. They're taking the steps. We've got to get a quicker handle on it because otherwise our world's not going to be here in 10, 15 years if we keep up, you know, treating it the way that we are right now, and that's very unfortunate. Disney World on the Go also says, I am LOL, I'm going on the Breeze as well. So referring to what cruise they will be on. Fantastic. Yes. Well, I hope you have a fantastic time. The Breeze is a great ship. Thank you for your super chat, as well as Mike Nolan down here one more time. He's getting those super chats in for the giveaway. That's what he's doing. Thank you so much, buddy, for your support. Colin says, I'm also going on the Breeze in December. The Breeze is a popular ship, huh? Popular ship this year. It's a great cruise. La Lido Loca and the Cruise Geeks are actually having their group cruise this week on board the Carnival Breeze. Yeah, so they're on board having a great time with their group. I think they've actually got the same amount of guests we do because I was chatting with Tony. I was like, how crazy is that? It's like we couldn't have planned that if we wanted to. Right. But they're having a great time, it looks like. So excited for them. Couple more comments, and then we're going to say ciao to you guys. Michael Bags is in here, says, hey, Josh and Momma Hocum, miss you guys. 33 days till 2.0. Hey, Pritchards, love you, Phoebe and Adeline. Shout out to the 1.0 family. That is the Cruise with Josh 1.0 family. And my final comment for tonight is Miss Shauna Williams. She says, thanks, y'all. XOXOXO. Well, guys, that is where we are going to finish you out for tonight. It's been so much fun hanging out with you tonight. Listen, if you're new here and you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button right down below this video. It'll mean the absolute world to us. Ding that notification bell so you can be alerted each and every time that we go live or we post updates and live videos. We post reviews, cruise vlogs.
You've been putting a lot more out lately.
You don't want to miss a second of it, guys. Until next week, it's been real, it's been fun, it's been real fun. Thanks so much for hanging out tonight with us here on Cruise Talk Live.
Bye.